So you want to know what are the best settings for no lag in The Sims 4 for laptop, PC or Mac? Just keep on watching. Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. It is so nice to see you. Today we're going to be talking about the best graphic settings in The Sims 4 for no lag. Whether you're playing on a laptop, on a computer, on a PC, you know, on a MacBook and all that jazz. But before we get into this video, just a quick reminder, if you like this type of content and if you find it useful, please make sure to subscribe, like, comment, all that good jazz. Hit the notification bell to be notified whenever I'm uploading any video because it truly helps me a lot. Thank you so much, and back to our video. So basically, you guys, this video is going to be divided into two parts. First off, we're gonna be talking about techie stuff, which revolves around your PCs or your computer's settings, and then we're gonna move on to the graphics part within our game, like in-game settings that we can do in order to make your game perform best. Onto the computer settings. If you're playing on a laptop, please make sure you keep it plugged in while gaming if you want to have good frames per second. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with this term already because there are many gaming videos out there that talk about FPS, you know, how many frame rates you can get in a second. This will mean that your game won't lag. Essentially, it will go smoothly. Second of all, you can turn power mode settings from balanced or power savings to high or max performance. I'm also going to show you a little footage to see how it looks like. By the way, I'm using Windows, so if you're on a Mac, I'm not quite sure what are the equivalents to this one, but I'm pretty sure that there needs to be a similar setting to this. So I'm going to insert right over here a picture if I'm going to find one. Then in power mode settings in the advanced tab, change your minimum and maximum processor state to 100%. Moving on, you need to make sure that in ATI or AMD settings, obviously if you have a dedicated graphics inside your laptop, computer, PC, all that, you need to make sure that in those settings, your GPU, which stands for graphics card, is set to performance and not balanced or power saving. So we want to have all these settings set to performance or max. Just a disclaimer for you guys, if your PC or computer seems not to be handling these settings, these maximum settings, you can obviously just leave them as they were, or you can use a cooler. If you happen to feel a little bit more heat coming from your computer, you need to obviously use a cooler to cool down your PC, because that cooler has some fans that ensures that cold air is going into your computer and nothing bad will happen or harm your computer, you know. Moving on, you need to also make sure that your antivirus is not running a scan while playing, because that can really slow down your game. And so to avoid that, you can add your ts464.exe to the exclusions or exceptions tab. Now, I've already talked about the setting that you can make within your antivirus in a separate video, so make sure to check that out. I am going to insert a time frame so you can easily check that out. And by the way, that video is also a fit for you if you happen to have like game issues, if you happen to have any kind of game errors, if you're dealing with like mods not showing up, or you know, just game acting weird. Definitely check that out if you're dealing with these types of issues. The next thing that you can do within your computer settings is that you can run your game in 32-bit or in 64-bit and see which one's working best for you. So if you didn't know, this setting can be applied within Origin, so you need to open up your Origin program, go to your game library, right click on your Sims 4 game, and then go to game properties, advanced, and then you should be able to launch your game either in the 32-bit variant or in the 64-bit variant. One more thing that you need to take into consideration to make sure that there is no lag in your Sims 4 game is to basically close all apps that might be running in the background, such as Origin, Chrome, and so on. And if you didn't know, you should also click on this little arrow if you're on Windows, obviously, and close the Chrome app. Because even if you close it from here, from this tab, it will still be running in the background, and you can obviously close whatever unuseful programs you might have in this little tab over here as well. And you can also turn your antivirus to silent mode if you happen to have one, obviously. Moving on to our in-game settings. So if you didn't know, you should be already familiar with that. You need to basically click on this options button and then go to game options, and then this is the very first tab, which is called graphics. So we have two different tabs over here. We have a display tab and a graphics tab. So let's just start off with the display tab. If you're struggling to play The Sims 4, I highly recommend playing The Sims 4 in windowed mode and then apply changes, click OK, and then you can actually minimize your window to your desire. Like you can make it as small as you can, and if you didn't know, a smaller window will run a lot better and a lot faster than a large full screen window, even faster than a windowed full screen. So I highly recommend that you play in windowed display type, apply changes, and then just adjust your window to your needs, because the smaller it is, the better your gameplay will be and you won't experience any lag. But obviously you need to compromise, you need to find the right balance between the size of your window and your actual gameplay and FPS, which stands for frames per second. Once you have done that, you can obviously go right into your game and see if everything has changed. Like you can literally just load a game. Oh my goodness, it looks so weird. Like that loading screen looks so big right now. Now obviously your game will look a bit weird if it's minimized, but I'm telling you that the gaming performance will be at its peak. Now, if your laptop still cannot handle this game and if you're still struggling with lag, you can click on this options menu right over here, go to game options, see what type of resolution you have in your game, because I previously had this one, right? So basically the maximum resolution is the one that is associated with the full screen window, if that makes any sense, in windowed mode. But if you go one step down, this will make your window a lot smaller. So I highly suggest you to go for a slightly smaller resolution. Apply changes. Now your graphics may not be the same, like it shouldn't affect your graphics as much, but in terms of gaming performance and in terms of like lag and responsiveness of the game, I highly suggest that you go in windowed mode and that you lower your game resolution, because as you can see right here, my game is already running a bit better. That also comes down to the type of laptop or computer that you're using. So if you're still experiencing lag, you can go to game options. Once again, in terms of graphics, you can go to custom, and then you can basically see what settings are performing best for you, because as I said before, it really depends from one computer to another. So let's just say you have very high sims, you can go one step lower and you can go for high sims, because you still want to have those high quality faces like sims in your game. And maybe you also value the objects, the quality of the detail on objects. Maybe you are willing to compromise on lighting, so you can go for a medium lighting, and then on reflections you can also go to either medium or low. So let's just go for low. Visual effects, you can go to medium. Edge smoothing, you can leave it as it is, or you can go to medium. 3D scene resolution and view distance, I'm gonna leave them as they are because I really don't want to mess around with these ones. Once you have done those changes, you can apply changes. As you can see right here, you actually need to restart your game in order for those changes to take effect. As I said before, these changes should really be tested out in live mode after applying them and after restarting your game, just to see if you noticed any kind of improvement. We're gonna go straight to load game and see what are the changes that we've made and how is our gameplay now like. I already see a difference. This loading screen is way faster, even though like I applied some graphics settings. It is so mind-blowing. I don't notice like a huge difference quality wise, like we still have the same quality and it's still like so smooth. But if those were not enough for your laptop or for your PC, if those settings are still kind of intensive for the type of computer that you own, you can gradually disable some settings within your graphics. So you can first things first disable uncompressed sim textures, apply changes, restart your game, see how it works. If it isn't enough, you can also disable post-processing effects. You can apply changes, restart your game and see if it works. And then you can also enable laptop mode, because if you didn't know, this mode enables faster rendering and reduces visual quality. Now keep in mind that this will have kind of a big impact quality wise, but if you're willing to compromise on that, you can go for that, or you can leave all these 3 boxes unticked and apply changes and see how it all goes. So the things that I highly recommend decreasing in your graphics settings will be lighting, reflections, visual effects, and also the 3D scene resolution. You can go for a medium setting. On the other hand, I don't recommend decreasing Sims objects edge smoothing, because this will have a huge impact in terms of your graphics quality wise, and also the view distance, because if you set it too low, your map will look so weird. Like, see that? You're just distancing yourself and all of a sudden you cannot see anything. It's like a fog, it's like a smoke. So I highly recommend that you keep the view distance on high. As I said before, these settings need to be done accordingly to the type of computer or laptop that you have. If you don't have a dedicated GPU, which is a graphics card, if you don't have one, obviously you'll need to lower some of your settings a bit more. But if you happen to have a graphics card within your computer, a dedicated one, you shouldn't be struggling as much with, finding the sweet spot in terms of your graphics settings. And if you're still experiencing gameplay issues, you can also clean out your mods folder by using the Better Exceptions mod. I've already talked about this in several other videos on my channel, so make sure to check them out if you really want to get rid of those problematic files within your mods folder. You can also clean your mods folder by using the Sims 4 Studio program, because you can easily see all of your CC without opening your game. You can sort them out, you can delete them, you can even delete swatches, which is so cool. And then last but not least, you can also use the 50/50 method to clean out your mods folder and to get rid of any problematic or broken CC that you might have in your game, because those are also impacting your gameplay. And the hardcore solution would be to reset your game. I've already talked about this solution in this very video. If you're wondering, I have a whole series on how to make the Sims 4 run faster, how to reduce lag. So if you're curious, you can check them out, and you can also implement the faster than ultra speed within your games. I truly hope you liked this little video, and if you did, please make sure to subscribe, like, comment, all that good jazz. Hit that notification bell to be notified whenever I'm uploading a new video, because it truly helps me a lot. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time with a brand new, exciting, and helpful video for you. Have an awesome day, just like you. Bye guys.